Yeah, first of all, congrats to Loyola and Charlie and the staff on a great year. That was an unbelievable lacrosse game. When I took this job 5 years ago, I looked at Loyola as the standard in this league. They invest in it. Charlie's one of the best coaches in our sport, and we knew we were chasing them. And luckily tonight we won a really hard-fought lacrosse game. We just were able to make a few more plays than they were to give us enough of a cushion to survive there at the end.
Joe, at the beginning of this year, you talked about this team needed to make a statement this season. You were disappointed with last season. You felt that you had to show tangible progress, and I know you felt like you did during the regular season. But for fans, winning a Patriot League tournament game, it really speaks to that. How important was this for the program?
Yeah, the last time that this happened here, our freshmen were 4 years old.
Right, 2010.
It was 14 years ago. So. We're not big on tangible results. We're process-driven, and we know internally what's shifting here and what's happening. The people who really pay attention to this program and see it and feel it and get to know us, our staff, our players, and what's shifting here. There's tangible results there, but I get it. It's a results-driven business, and you need nights like this to get some validation for other people. But mostly, the validation that I was after was for these guys, for this senior class that I said last week started to change the culture of this program. For them to walk out of here with a win like that and get that Patriot League win that hasn't been around here in a while and have a chance to play, another game and spend more time together, I think that was really important to them.
So can you speak to that, Tommy, as a senior? I mean, it wasn't all your responsibility that they hadn't won a Patriot League tournament game since 2010, but that monkey gets carried onto your back when you get here. How good does it feel to people won't talk about that anymore?
It definitely feels good for now, but we'll enjoy it tonight. But winning one Patriot League game hasn't been our senior class's goal for 4 years. It's a step that we need to take to get to where we want to go. But we'll celebrate this one tonight, but we're looking for a lot more. And I think everyone on this team's got a lot to prove, not only with just how we play on the field, but how much we care for each other. And I think across the board, we've got guys in all grades contributing, and I think that's what a real team's about. It's building that culture on the field as well as off the field. So, it's a great milestone for us here, but, we still got a lot more to accomplish.
Joe, can you talk about Tommy? He's injured for, 5 games he missed, and he comes back, he moves to midfield, and he produces 2 goals, 2 assists tonight. Was a real factor. Yeah,
look, he's always been the guy that, he doesn't accept the role he's given, he just executes it. When he executes that role, and that's something we say here. He's always worked to get better and not accept the position we've given him because he wants, he wants to be in the spotlight, and that's what great players do. But everything we've ever asked him to do in this program for the last 4 years, he's always executed that role, and that's what great teammates do. And tonight was his night to shine, and it's not a surprise to us at all. It's not a surprise to anyone. He worked to get back healthy, and he put himself in position to make the right plays, and we've seen that for 4 years, whether it was on the scout team early in his career, whether it was as a midfielder, earlier, and then as an attackman when we needed him, and tonight was his night at the midfield. I think he's a little tired, but he was the guy for us tonight, and that's really cool to see a senior in the big moment making the plays that this team needed to win.
What about this guy to your right? 18 saves, it's a career high, several of spectacular variety. I think he deflated some Loyola shooters when they couldn't believe that wasn't a goal on a shot, the 5% shot that they would normally can.
Yeah, he was excellent. He really was. I made the mistake last week of telling him how good he was playing at halftime, so I stayed away from him. I didn't say a word to him at all at halftime, and he just kept being consistent. I told you, Wags, last week, Dan has been our most consistent and best player. He's been there through the whole year, and there's no difference tonight. And he makes great saves, he makes the right saves, and he's really improved his clearing game. So he's given us a chance to win.
Dan, can you talk about they get off 40 shots, and you're talking about some tremendous shooters, and Poitras, Devin James, a bunch of these guys, Houston, Minikis, all of them. You had to steal a few goals there today.
Yeah, like you said, the shooters for Loyola are excellent. Evan James and the crew, they're as good as it gets, especially in our league. And I just felt good in the goal. I was seeing the ball as the game went on, but credit to the defense. I mean, they were giving me the shots that I wanted to see early on, and I just rolled from there. So.
What can you say about Hayashi? 18 of 26 faceoffs, and I think when you do your adjusted faceoff efficiency, you won't find that you lost as many as maybe you have in the past. I think a lot of those ended up in Navy possession.
Yeah, we needed to be in control of not only that area but the middle of the field, and I think he set the tone there. He really, I don't want to say he handled the face-off game, but he did his job. You know, he was in control of that event. Was really strong with the ball on his stick. Made the right play most of the time. His wings certainly helped him out, but he really set the tone there.
And ground balls, I know that after Loyola beat you on your home field on ground balls, that was a point of emphasis, and I'm sure these guys know that that was not to happen again. Can you talk about beating them there?
Yeah, we absolutely took it personally. You know, absolutely took that personally. That, you know, they stated they want to get a loony on our field. That was a dagger to us. You know, they got one shy of it last time, and we were going to do everything we could not to let that happen again. And I'm really proud of our guys for doing that. You know, we outground balled them by 5, and we missed a loony number by 3. But I felt like the 50-50 ground balls, we really, really fought hard for them.
So, Tommy, can you talk about I don't want to call it revenge, but I mean, after they beat you here 11 days ago on your home field, I think you didn't want to go out having that happen again.
Definitely not. And, you know, us as seniors, we talked to the team earlier this week that in our 4 years here, Loyola and Lehigh has ended our season the past 3 years. Mm-hmm. And we definitely were not letting that happen again, especially here on our home field. You know, Navy Marine Corps is a spectacular stadium. It's a special place to play, and there's no better place to call home. And for our seniors, win or loss, didn't matter. This was our last game here, and we definitely were not going to lose on our home field for our last game.
So, Joe, you move on to play Lehigh. You played a game earlier this year in ridiculous conditions. Do you like the idea of getting another shot at Lehigh and hopefully regular conditions?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I like the idea of waking up and having practice tomorrow and spending more time with these guys and getting on a bus, having another trip, having a bunch more meals, prepping together, going through that process with these guys is really what I like the most. Lehigh is a team that has improved dramatically through the year. I think their staff, I give them a tremendous amount of credit for what left that program from a talent standpoint. Those guys have improved, and they're playing their best ball at the right time. So we know it's going to be a tremendous challenge. Will and his staff have done a great job. They're going to have a terrific game plan, so we have to be at our best. But for us, it's about the process leading up to that moment, so we can try and put our best foot forward against a really, really talented and well-coached team.
So do you practice tomorrow and then travel Thursday?
Yeah, we'll discuss that. We have 2 options. More likely, we'll leave Thursday morning. You know, the hotels up there are a little bit challenging, so we want to do what's best for our guys, and we'll talk to our leadership. We'll work with the administration and make the best decision for our team.